Hello again and welcome back. This is once again DrG, bringing you some coverage from the IPL Hot Important Nights event. This is Game 2 of the Grand Finals between LiquidHerO, spawning on the bottom left of Cloud Kingdom as the blue Protoss, and MVPDongRaeGu spawning in the top right as the red Zerg. This is Game 2 of the finals. HerO now has a 3-0 lead in this best of 7 series, coming from the winner's bracket. So he only needs one game to close it out, while DRG needs to win 4 games in a row, starting with this one, to take the championship. So let's see what happens. Okay, here we have the probe going down. We're going to see the standard pylon at the front. No surprise from HerO. It's been working all day. It's not going to stop working now. We're going to keep doing the forge fast expand. And DRG is going to continue to not do early pool because he's too good for that. So we'll see what he decides to do. If he'll maybe try some sort of 2-base all-in to mix it up as opposed to going to 3 bases, trying to vie with LiquidHerO's very stout timing attacks, and last game just standard defense, I mean not standard, but actually very good defense of a 3rd base. So we'll have to see what both these players choose to do. This last game, HerO went Stargate. We'll see if he does that again or goes for some other sort of build. The pool is on 15 from DRG. We're going to have Forge first, not Nexus first from HerO. Forge will go down on 14. So playing it a bit safer than last game. We'll see how that affects him and if he will come out a bit further behind the economy than usual because of that. Delicious beer. The map is Cloud Kingdom. We'll talk about that for a minute while these players still kind of do their intro shenanigans, as we have a pylon block at both natural and 3rd, so we'll have to wait until Links come out to have an expansion from DongRaeGu as the probe goes out to build the Nexus for HerO. So on this map, it's pretty good for Protoss. It's pretty easy to defend the 3rd base if you choose to go for it. There are 2 ways to attack the 3rd, but you can pretty much wall off one of them, and it's your 3 bases are pretty close together. Not too difficult to defend. 3rd base going down for HerO already. Pylon is cancelled at 3rd, as Links come out to take care of this pylon. So DRG can try and expand here at his natural. Overlord in here, seeing everything that's going on for HerO. No surprises to really see, so that's not a big deal for DRG or HerO for that matter. We're seeing a second gate. Nope. I guess he canceled that. He must have accidentally built a gateway in there. Saw a second gateway in the production tab for a minute. But that was not to be. I would have been quite confused by that if there was a second gateway. But instead, we do have a gas going down. Pretty standard. He may opt to throw out a second one. If he leaves it with just this one, okay, never mind. He's not going to do it. So 2 gas in the main, so he would be able to attack and be restricted to some sort of warp gate timing. The 3rd hatch is now also being put down for DRG, pretty close to the same time as the second one actually, so they will finish roughly the same time. We'll see when DRG decides to take gas. HerO, okay, so it has all those dudes in there. And the Cybernex core is halfway done, and when that is complete, we will pretty much see where HerO decides to go with his tech. I would expect to see Robo play on this one. Going Stargate twice in a row, I mean, it might be unexpected, but DRG has seen it once and may have a better idea of how to adapt to it. So let's see what happens with that. Already Queen here, ready at this second hatchery with enough energy for a Creep Tumor, Inject, and Larva, which would be excellent for him, getting 2 things going at once. And there's that. This Queen's going to be moving slowly over to that 3rd base. Very slow off the creep are those Queens. +1 attack already on the way for HerO. Fairly early, and he's chrono boosting it, which would lead me to expect some sort of timing. Warp Gate is not getting chrono, so that won't be done later than the upgrade. So maybe he just wants to get that +1 out quickly so these Zealots are super effective. On DRG side, he's now beginning to take gas. He takes 3 geysers to start with. We'll have to see what he decides to do with that, if that's just used for roach production, or if he has to just pursue an upgrade path. We'll see soon enough whether he drops down 2 Evos or an Evo and a roach more. So we'll see what happens there. So here I might be going for some sort of +2 timing. Probe boosting the upgrades and not probes would lead me to believe that that is something he might be doing, but he's not going to have Warp Gate done or any extra gateways built by the time this +1 finishes, so he certainly won't be doing it with... oh, never mind, there's an expansion. So third base going down for HerO. It worked from the last game, so he's going to try to make expand and then defensive, White Raw style, in this game. The Roach Warren is indeed going down for DongRaeGu as well as his lair. So looking to get roaches and upgrade them. Roach in the Evo chamber down here, right side of the natural. We do have an extra queen out in the field for DongRaeGu to get that creep spreaded as quickly as possible. Some Blings moving in and trying to deal with the and some units. The Stalker looks like it will be able to clean them up without taking really any old damage. Took a couple points, but oh, never mind, didn't take any damage at all. Very good for him. HerO is now dropping additional gases, taking 2 at his natural, and working on his +1 armor upgrade while building a robotics facility and a couple more gateways. And the third nexus is finishing up right about now, and there it is. These 2 gateways in a good spot to stop Lynx from running past just into this area and towards the natural, so restricting him basically to attack from this angle and try to come in this way. Spire on the way for DongRaeGu. That may be for in anticipation of Colossus, and he'll want to get Corruptors for those, or if he'll try to do some sort of Mutalisk harass and or defense. We'll see if he decides to do that. We have 4th base going down for DongRaeGu, which is something we didn't really see this early in the last games. I mean, so this is already an improvement, I would think. First Observer is just done from the robotics facility. We'll see if he decides to make it immortal, and he does. So that's now on its way. You're taking another gas down here to facilitate that tech, and 2 additional gateways in the main. That'll bring his gateway count up to 5, it looks like. Macrohatch also on the way for DongRaeGu to use up that the resources provided by his pretty stout economy. If you look at the drone count, he's up to 75 already. Pretty good. Twilight Council going down for HerO. So we'll get working on those 2 upgrades. It is going to be Mutalisk for DongRaeGu. 7 on the way right now. We'll have to see what can be done with those. There isn't much in the way of mineral line defenses right now. This cannon can't really help too much, and there's no blink for the Stalkers on the way, so this just could be quite effective. Well, let's see if blink is immediately researched at this Twilight Council or not. The army from HerO is getting pretty good and strong, a fair mix of Sentries, Stalkers, and Immortals. Very good against Roaches, but maybe not so much against the Ling Muta composition, which will be somewhat unexpected. Trying to get a couple pro kills with these Lings, and might get 1 or 2. I actually did not really see if he did or not. Looks like he might have killed a worker, but that might have been a scout earlier in the game, so that may not have effect. Let's see what these Mutas can do, and he actually has 11 right here. But these Stalkers are in a good position already to fend them off, and Blink is halfway done, as well as the +2 research being started. Another gateway dropping, and some cannons going down at these mineral lines. Already 1 here for HerO, as well as here. He has them in great spots, which will defend most everything, and 2 cannons here as well. So HerO looks like he's going to be able to defend this quite well. But a bunch of Lings and Mutas on the way, +1 attack for the Mutas, +2 attack for the Lings on the way. As well as a huge burst of Lings, 44 in production, and more Mutas. We'll see if he decides to go for some sort of attack here. He can use this Overseer with the Mutas to pick off that Observer, and good pick off there. The Mutas are see if they can just engage straight up. There are not many Stalkers here. A couple of Zerglings get in there attacking the Sentries. Some great, just enough Mutas here to try and take this fight. And he's taken out a lot of Sentries. You can make these Zerglings a lot more effective on the ground. And that's just a big, well, that's a lot of gas that's been used up now and been destroyed by DRG. And Templar Archives is almost done for HerO, looking to use Archons and Templar to deal with these. But it may not come soon enough as the Mutas and Lings move in again, trying to do what damage they can, and the Lings are going to get into the main base. No sentries there at force field because he MVPDongRaeGu killed them all, and it looks like he's going to try and focus fire the main Nexus, and he's absolutely going to get it, I think. These probes in a whole position doing a good job stopping them. The Link's getting a full surround, but I just don't think, is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. This Nexus is going down. There's just a lot of mutas and a lot of Lings. We'll have to see if that was worth it. The supply is heavily in favor of DongRaeGu still after that. He was macroing behind this, still has more Lings. Ling count is up to 39, 88 drones. That's more than enough economy to deal with, to keep up production on these bases and keep the Ling production going. Baneling Nest is also almost done, so we'll be able to add Banelings into his composition, which could be quite strong. The +2 melee attack is almost done for the Zerglings, and starts +1 Carapace as well, as he continues to make mutas and making some spy crawlers at home to defend. He's already done a lot of damage, and here's another attack again. These Archons will be doing some good work against these units, but there's still so many of them, and the Archons do go down, but DRG's units are forced out. Not the best trade there, but he's just trying to put pressure on and keep DRG on his toes. And another base is going down, and right now HerO really doesn't have any map control at all. If you look at his vision right now, he can't see anything. He hasn't seen the 4th or the 5th base go down, and he's going to try and move out onto the map. See what he can do. He's going to take this tower, and maybe he thinks his only option is to counter-attack and try to do some damage, because he knows he's had some economic damage done. Losing that Nexus in the main really lowers the gas income mostly, not letting you build those gas-intensive units like the Sentries and the Immortals. We have Storm being researched as well as +3 weapons. That'll really help against those mutas, both of those things. Let's see what happens there. 4th Nexus. Oh, that's not the 4th Nexus. That's the main Nexus. Just finished back up again, so he'll look to get back into those gases and making some cannons in his main to defend against that Mutalisk harass. A lot of resources that's what he's spending right now. Hive's on the way for DRG. DRG is maxed on supply and taking the map. Creep spread starting to get pretty ferocious on this left side, moving towards HerO's natural. Always good to have that creep spread out. A couple Zealots can try and do something here, but there's a bunch of mutas in place and some spine crawlers and the Queen. There's Zealots really doing nothing at all. This Mutalisk flock is getting quite big now, up to 20 mutas. That's pretty good. 14 Banelings on the map as well, and 93 drones. That economy is just going to be more than enough to sustain DRG throughout this game. Muta's going to come in again and try to attack at this natural expansion, see what he can do. Going to kill these building cannons before they can do anything. And also this cannon, going to kill some probes with that Glaive Worm as well. Oh, they're going to come up with these Stalkers, and their +2 attack's not quite done. The +2 Stalker is still already very good against Mutalisks. But this Ling army is huge, and it's got a bunch of Banelings as well. We'll see if DRG is going to look to put on some pressure soon. He needs to burn supply for the eventual Broodlords or Ultralists that he'll go for. I will expect Ultras. Broodlords, since the Spire is already done. Let's see what happens. And if DRG can attack before this +3 weapons finishes for HerO, that'll be huge. Big storms going on, killing a ton of Lings. All these Lings are going to go down to storms pretty much. That's really cost efficient. These mutas really shouldn't hang around. They're going to try and focus fire some Immortals and Stalkers, but they're just going to take a lot of damage. This muta pack is getting much smaller. Going to try and focus fire this Nexus before he gets out, and I think he will get it. Yes, he will indeed get that Nexus. No 4th base for HerO right now. He's going to finish the job, and the mutas run away. A lot of units lost there for DRG, though, and he actually falls behind in supply. He needed to clear that out anyway, as he's going to be switching over to Infestor Broodlord. 6 Infestors on the way as we speak, along with that ground Carapace level 2. +2 armor on the way for HerO as well. He tries to rebuild that 4th Nexus. Here's moving to the map to see if he can do some damage. He knows he's killed a lot, and if you can attack that Zerg player before the Broodlords are out, it's always good. But DRG realizes he might be in danger, makes 62 Lings, is morphing 17 Banelings currently. So he looks like he should be fine, and a big, nice bunch of Spine Crawlers here, Spine Crawlers here. Pretty much anywhere he needs them, he has Spine Crawlers, which is excellent. Those Infestors are out now. We'll see. HerO's going to try and move across the map over here, and we'll have to see what he can do. He might be able to take out... Oh, I don't think... Does he even know about that 5th base still? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he should. With the creep spread, he should know by now. He's going to flank in and take out these building Spine Crawlers. He should be able to take out this 5th base, no problem, but DRG is coming over, and he's also attacking into the natural with a bunch of Zerglings and Mutalisks. See what he can do. It's not like Zealots there right now. There's nothing to do with these Mutalisks. A couple Stalkers, but that will not save them. HerO doing, DRG doing huge damage in that main base, and HerO's going to turn and come back. He knows he cannot die. He knows he will die to this if he does not come back with his Stalkers, and he will just try to not go for the base right here. Infestors and Zerglings and Banelings dealing with these Zealots. And DRG once again takes the supply lead, and here's DRG's going to come in and try to deal with this, but Clutch Warp in and already some units there. This 4th Nexus will survive. And a bunch of damage was done down here for DRG units killed up to a lot. Still not many workers killed for DongRaeGu, only 11. He's killed a lot of units with his Mutalisk, but not so much probes. But he's still done good things with them. He's kept HerO mostly on his side of the map and forced that Stalker army to come back, as opposed to killing the 5th, which is actually still alive, surprisingly enough. How that happened, I really don't know. I was back here watching the Mutalisk attack. I assumed this 5th was dead, but it looks like HerO is not content with what he left at that 5th base, and come back to try to finish the job. Those spine crawlers are now done. They will delay until this army can get over it. We'll see some good fungals. Maybe can he? Oh, the Templar are there. You should watch out for those feedbacks. See what he can do. The first set of Broodlords is now done though for DongRaeGu. He already has 6 on the field, morphing 3 more as well. Fire attack and melee attack on the way, making those Broodlings very strong, as well as the initial attack of the Broodlords. Broodlords are just flips in the air, being awesome. This army is still posturing to try and attack this 5th. Guardian shields, he means business. Or not. Looks like he's going to Guardian Shield to run away. The Broodlord Siege is starting, and looks like DongRaeGu is going to try and move out across the map. We have a Stargate on the way. HerO looking to potentially transfer into Stargate units to try and deal with these Broodlords. And I just think it's too late. We'll have to see what he can do. Because he really needs to get to that fleet beacon, actually, as well. Maybe, that's what he needs to do. He is not even close to Mothership Tech. It'll be very hard to deal with his Broodlords. Good storming, good feedbacks. Damaging and even killing a couple infestors. Some defensive storms and force fields as he tries to run away. But he's really being pulled in by these Broodlords, and they're going to do a lot of damage. He's not enough. And let's see if he fungos those. Good storms again. And good force fields protecting his Stalkers. DRG is losing a fair amount of Broodlords. The Stalkers aren't focus firing right out. There they go, starting to do it again. Mutalisk come in and try and do what they can, and HerO knows this is their tail and run. Some more good storms. The Broodlord count is down to, well, it's at 7 still. This is making more Broodlords. But it's doing a decent job considering how far behind he is. He's going to snipe a couple more Broodlords. 1 down, 2 down. Not a third. There's a third, fourth. Taking out a lot of Broodlords, but he's losing his entire army in the process. And it looks like it might just be too much. I don't see a way for him to protect this 4th base much longer. Oh, but the Stalkers do survive. These infestors need to turn around and run. The Broodlord support is all gone. Zoro needs to delay as much as they can. But HerO is just down in supply still. He just does not have the production. Ultra's Cavern now on the way for DongRaeGu, and he's making approaches. Mentioning as you can, so he's basically making what he can. Did I actually miss? Oh, never mind. I thought like maybe he dropped the Greater Spire and destroyed it, but apparently not. That means something really empty. But that is not the case. A bunch of zombies come in, and they do get pretty good surrounds on these units, and they're going to actually take out everything at this fort. The Stalkers all going down. We'll make some Zealots in desperation. Some Infested Terrans helping out as well. Going to try and focus fight the Nexus with those Infested Terrans. They're doing a good job at bringing these zombies over to help now. This fort Nexus will go down. And there it does go. And that takes out a lot of the mining of HerO. He is actually nearly dry in his natural and at his 3rd. So that was actually a huge change. The long distance mine for a while now. And these roaches are going to try and see what they can do against these Zealots. Dark Stride on the way for HerO, not really knowing what else to do. Fleet Beacon is halfway done. He's looking to get that mothership out, but more Broodlords are making. How many Broodlords is he at now? Where's that Broodlord count? Right now he has no Broodlords, so he's making his first couple in a while, but there he's making 7, so that's pretty good. And more Corruptors. And here they are morphing in. Take a look at the income. Right now HerO's actually doing pretty good at minerals. Not quite sure how that's the case. The drone count is still pretty strong at 83. HerO just raking in those minerals. But the gas income certainly in DRG's favor. Can't ignore that. You need that for those Broodlords and high-tech units, and HerO needs his gas for anything he decides to make, really. Even for Stalkers. To make a lot of Stalkers requires a lot of gas, and Immortals for sure as well. We do have another base coming down here for DongRaeGu, looking to expand all the way across the map, taking the bottom right and top left bases. And HerO will be looking to take a new expansion soon. He really does need to take this base over here. As his naturals losing patches in his 3rd, and his 4th is still just trying to finish up. Moving on 1 base of income will not be enough to keep him with DRG, who currently has 2 mining strong and 2 more expansions building. HerO will look to do something with this. Army got some Archons in there and Stalkers. As this fourth Nexus does finish up again. No more Longus mining for now. Some Roaches must have burrowed and snuck in, trying to do what damage they can. Get a couple Pros, not a whole lot. 3 Roaches is a huge investment. Bottom right base is done. Top left base will be done soon for DongRaeGu, who continues to make Broodlords and Infestors. Looking just to do that Hive Tech army that is so strong. Current Broodlord count is 12, and he's still making 2 more, so we'll be at 14, starting 15th, and the Infestor count will also be very high as well. He'll be at 12 Infestors, very good. Kite is playing away for this Ultralist, as well as +3 armor, and +1 missile attacks, because why not? He's got some Roaches out in the field, might as well get them upgraded too. Looks like HerO's army, does he know about that bottom right base? Yes he does, so we'll look to try and deal with that. But DRG is moving out across the map, so we don't have time for that. Some good feedbacks on those Infestors, killing a couple maybe. Big Orbin is Stalker because he knows what's coming. That 5th base is dead in the bottom right corner, dealt with pretty quickly by HerO. He's going to come back and defend against this. Broodlord's going, and let's see if we can see some good fungals. The blink away. Interesting location for that blink. Getting Storm off on some of those Broodlords, doing some good damage, and on the Infestors. Feedbacks again. Doing a good job with these Templar. There are so many Broodlords, I don't even know if this number of Stalkers can straight up defeat them, especially with those fungals going down too. Let's watch that Broodlord count go. It's still at 10. And looks like it's going to stay at 10 potentially, and I think that might be checkmate. Underneath is flight of under 100 now. I just don't think HerO can deal with this Broodlord count now, and there's the GG. Knows he's done. Good long macro game from these two guys. HerO was able to take his 3rd base like last game and defend it. But this time, DRG took his expansions earlier, did not go for any sort of aggression, knew that Hive Tech is a strong place to be, and Broodlords are a pretty good unit. So he used the Ling Muta composition, actually, with some Banelings mixed in, to get to this Hive Tech point, as opposed to going for Roaches, like he did last game. So, and that proved pretty good in the end. There was some good economic damage, taking out that main Nexus and this 4th Nexus being denied a number of times by DRG with the Mutas, Lings, and then later the Broodlords and Infestors, and sometimes some Roaches mixed in. So just really, really well done. Well played by DRG, knowing how to get ahead in the economic game and tech switching accordingly. And he has done well. And that's one game into a potential comeback for him. The series is now 3-1 in favor of HerO still. So let's get into Game 3 of these finals and see if HerO can close it out or if DRG will climb even closer to making the comeback of the century. Stay tuned.